Decision making is the most varied section of the UCAT. It tests your ability to navigate, to manage logic, data, and probability. You've got a set amount of time, again, no numbers because it changes year on year, so you have a look at that on the UCAT website. I'm just going to give you some general and kind of practical tips here on how you would manage this section. All right. There are certain questions in this section that have kind of multiple components, so do identify those. Time can go very quickly, and so if you don't have the right system in your mind, then you might kind of get lost in this section as well. So first thing is first, master standard syllogisms, i.e. these are questions where you're asked to decide if a series of conclusions are following or not. So they might get a statement that says, some are all of these, this is UCAT logic for you. Some means like at least one, but not necessarily all. Most means more than half, and it's important to ignore the real world situations, i.e. if the text says like all cats are blue, don't say to yourself, oh, there's never a blue cat out there, unless you go for some weird pedigree cat or something. No, forget all that. Forget what you know out there. The text says all cats are blue, so all cats must be blue. UCAT said so you must agree. All right, and base your answers on that particular statement. Second area is Venn diagram mapping. Okay, you're often asked to identify which Venn diagram represents a set of data, or to calculate values based on overlapping circles. So work from the center out, okay? Always look for the triple overlap, i.e. the middle first. This is usually the most restrictive and easiest to identify. Look at negative space, i.e. pay attention to what is outside of the circles. If the question mentions a group that doesn't fit any category, they must be in the surrounding box. The third area is strongest argument. Okay, make sure you get that, i.e. in these questions, you got to pick the strongest argument, all right, against like a set of specific actions. And to be the strongest, an argument must be directly related, I guess evidence-based, broadly applicable. Try and think about those three areas in these type of questions. What you want to do is avoid options that use kind of subjective words like I think, I feel, or perhaps. Look for objective consequences instead. All right. The fourth area is drawing logic. All right, chains, as I say. For questions kind of that involve ordering, i.e. A is taller than B, but shorter than C. Don't try to hold the order in your head. Remember that whiteboard? Use it. And the not rule, and that is, if the statement says D is not the tallest, place D at the bottom or cross it out at the top, right? You need to visualize that, the impossible position helps you find the possible one in a faster way. So logical drawing chains. The other thing about probability is keep it simple. You don't need advanced statistics degrees to do UCAT decision making. No, you really need to understand. All right. So probabilities of independent events, i.e. flipping a coin twice. Expected values, i.e. if there is a 1 in 5 chance of winning, how many people win out of 100 people? From a strategy point of view, if a probability question involves kind of complex tree diagrams, it might be, one of those time-sake questions which you might just want to skip and come back if you have time. Just flag it and then come back to it, or you might just guess it. And again, don't forget the partial mark questions. In several of the decision-making questions, like syllogisms, requires you to kind of respond to 5 statements. You get 2 marks if you get all 5 right, but you get 1 mark if you get 4 out of 5 right? So tactically, Because these are worth double points, they're worth spending an extra 10-15 seconds on them, to ensure accuracy. These are high value targets of the decision making section. So really, in conclusion, when it comes to syllogisms, check for qualifiers, all, some or none. Venn diagrams, match the center overlap. Logical puzzles, drawing maps, tables on the whiteboard. Strongest arguments, dismissing options, choosing objective facts. And statistical reasoning, using the calculator only for the final step. Hope you find it useful. Thank you.